Okay, let's start from the beginning. Truth comes out. Here it comes. When I was in first grade, there was this one girl named Brooklyn, and she thought she was better than everyone. So I decided to test her effort in that. I used to get my clothes at Goodwill because our family couldn't afford it back then, and sew inexpensive tags on it so it looked like I had more money than her. And I was the target of most of her cruel stuff. And she was her 5, and she still decided that it was a good idea to mess with people. It's not at all okay, and it's never okay for this to happen. Skip a couple grades, 3rd grade, one of my bestest friends came along, at least from elementary, and then we split apart in middle school. It was this boy named Michael. He was a class clown, gotta be honest, but he listened. He understood a lot of problems because he went through them himself. So I told him everything. And then one day in 5th grade, we kind of grew apart because of Brooklyn. And he told her everything I told him. So Brooklyn decided to tell everyone else about everything I said. In 5th grade, and 6th grade comes along. Hardest year of my life. I was the outcast. I always wore hoodies because I always felt self-conscious about my weight and what people thought about me. And this was the year that my grandmother died. And this was the year that my mom went to rehab, and for an entire year. When my mom died, and it was the hardest thing I've ever been through. And I was still forced to go to her funeral. It was so hard. And because I still had to go to school because I didn't want to flunk that grade. And then my best friend Samantha comes along. Same year. She understood most of my problems too. She lost a lot of people in her family. And I grew up with Steven and Emily, so they understood everything that was happening, and they were there for me too. Then I met a girl named Victoria, and she was amazing. She made my life so much easier. And we had almost every class together. And it just made my life so much easier that I had someone to talk to. And my family forced me to go to therapy because of everything that happened. And I didn't like it at all. At the beginning I did because I thought it was a new friend. But it wasn't. It was the worst experience of my life. And then when I quit therapy about 3 months later, I read about I have really bad anger issues. So every time I got in a fight with my sister, they blackmailed me because they said, if you don't stop, you'll be sent back to therapy. So I stopped for a while, but then my anger came back even worse because I've held it in for a while. And sometimes at school, I'm in 7th grade now, sometimes in some of my classes I just feel like bursting into tears and running out of that classroom and never going back in it, because some of the kids I have to face is just terrible. I'm telling you guys this because learn from my experience. Talk to someone who listens and who you trust the most, and find social groups that understand how you're feeling so you can talk about your day with them and act like everything is fine. Paige came along in 7th grade too. Paige became one of my greatest friends. She began acting like a child to me, like she was my child. I call her my daughter because it just makes me feel like I'm in a place of authority sometimes. And we were so silly together, and we were the best pair you can put us together. And then Blake came along. Him and Paige got held back a year, so they were supposed to be in 8th grade, so they knew more about everything. Blayton was just there for me when I was upset. One day my mom overdosed again, and it was this year. It was last week, to be exact, and I couldn't go anything in that class, so he just sat next to me and comforted me as much as he could and helped me calm down so I could finish a paper that had 2 questions on it, and we would be done for the rest of the class. I could barely do one of them. Then Jacob and Hannah come along. They came along at the beginning of the year, but we're starting the categories kind of. Okay, so let's start with Hannah first. Hannah, I met her at the beginning of the year because she was dating my best friend Emily. I convinced them to date, and I knew it was the best match when I started it. They automatically, I knew they loved each other so much, and it was not hard. And we just kind of grew to like each other so much, became best friends. We sit together every day at lunch. We always talk. She was my support group, so was Jacob. And now Jacob, he's another gay best friend. He likes boys, and he likes to be single because he went through the hardest breakup of his life, and him and Hannah are just like the best duo ever. There's so many memories I have of them, and it's just been a year. I don't know what I'll do without you guys. Because I watch it this secret of my best friends. Everyone I've named so far. Except Brooklyn. Michael, you're still my friend, even though you moved on, basically. I don't care what happened to our friendship. We will always be friends, and we will always be there for each other. Thank you to Daryl. We dated for a couple of years. And even though we've been through so much stuff together, I don't know what I would do without you and everyone else. And okay, I got one more thing to say. This is not the end. When this year, some group of people this person paid a group of people to come up to me during the day and call me a fag. And then just this one person told me to kill myself because I'm gay. And I don't know how to live with myself right now. thank you for everyone for being there for me and for still being here. I will see you soon.